Everybody. This video is to walk you guys through your second essay, and really the second essay is kind of building on what you've done in the first essay. So as I mentioned in your first essay explanation, you're going to be keeping the same topic and stance as your first essay and essentially incorporating research from different sources to help really expand on the topic and the stance and the claim and better support them. So as I noted, you have to keep the same topic, the same stance. You need to have at least 3 sources in this essay. One of those has to be an in-person interview. So the reason for this is that you're not only demonstrating you understand how to find credible sources, how to incorporate them, but also how to complete research. And when I say in person, that doesn't necessarily mean face-to-face. That can be through email, it can be via phone, or via Zoom, that's fine. But really what you're going to have to find is somebody who is relative to the field, who can kind of speak with some credibility. So, it can't be just your friend or somebody who has a thought or an opinion on the idea, on the topic. It really needs to be somebody with some kind of credible expertise relative to that topic and stance. So that could be a professor, that could be a doctor, it could be a business owner, it could be a lawyer, it could be a police person. There's a lot of different choices of people you could talk to. Could be, someone who owns a farm. It could be someone who, I don't know, is a vet. But basically, you're going to incorporate quotes from them as well as quotes from your other sources to help support the topic and your stance around the topic. So it's really important that you understand that this is not simply copy and pasting your first essay and then just adding sources. I will be leaving comments on your first essay where areas that you can revise or expand or change things. So I expect that your second essay looks substantially different in the sense that you are revising, you're adding, you're changing, you're editing. You're really creating kind of a new piece of content. So again, what I don't want to see is just a copy and paste of essay 1 with additional sources. That's not going to cut it in this case. So make sure that you kind of keep that in mind as you're researching. So your essay is going to be 5 to 6 pages in length and is due on Sunday, October 24th by 11:59 p.m. As usual, MLA required. MLA formatting, everything's checked for plagiarism. Minimum page length has to be met. So keep all the same topic, same general parts of the essay, the concrete thesis with an intro, main ideas, some posing ideas or counter arguments with refutations, an appropriate number of sources, etc. And in conclusion, you are going to do something called an annotated bibliography. It's different than a regular bibliography or a works cited page as you might know it. Typically that just lists the sources that are required. An annotated bibliography basically asks you to evaluate and summarize a source. And I'm going to have a full explanation of this, but basically know, just like in your first essay where you did the outline was part of your final essay grade, in this case the annotated bibliography is going to be part of your final essay grade. So as long as you do it and you do it right, you should get full credit for it, and that will give you a bit of a boost on your essay grade as well. So that's a separate assignment, and I'll walk you through that, but just know that you're basically going to have to find 4 sources for that, but you only need to use 3 in your essay. So you're really finding an extra source, which may be useful, but really I want you to do enough research. One of those, of course, will be your in-person interview. So that will be submitted as a separate assignment, so you don't need to submit that with your final essay. Really what you need to turn in is a clean draft of your final essay, and you'll need to include a regular bibliography. So again, it won't have an annotation, it won't have a full paragraph for each source which summarizes it and evaluates it. You're just going to turn in a regular bib which just has the list of sources with your final draft of your essay. So I'm going to walk you guys through this, like I said, in a different assignment in a different video, but as a guide, here is what an annotated bibliography looks like. It has 3 parts. It has a summary, has an evaluation, and a reflection. So what that means is you summarize what the source says, you evaluate it, you tell me as a critical view What do you think of that source? Does it have merit? Does it seem well researched? Does it feel like it would fit in your argument or not, and why? And then you reflect on how you might use that material in your paper. So how would you apply that source to your own argument? Would you use it to support, your first main idea? Would you use it to show what the opposing view might be and then disprove it? That kind of thing. So it gives you an example. This is what an annotation is for your annotated bibliography. There's a regular citation, and then a short paragraph which does these three things: summarizes, evaluates, and then reflects on how you would put that into your own argument. I've also included an optional self-edit guide for you guys. Apologies, that has the wrong page link. Oh, that's the right page link. Apologies. So it's just there if you want it to help give you like a sanity check. You can double check your own work against kind of some of the basic tenets of what you'll be, what a good analysis is. And then when you do your research, you'll have to do, like I said, an optional, not optional, you'll have to do an in-person interview. So I've given you some different ways you can actually do interviews with people if you're not sure how to do them. This is like a note card method. There's a written or oral interview method. All of that's there for you guys, just as extra resources. So like I said, if you have any questions about this, let me know. The most important thing is you keep the same topic and stance, and you're prepared to find the needed sources, including the in-person interview for your essay. So let me know if you have questions.